Hello there, welcome to Inkquiring Minds. My name is Doug and I'm back with another fountain pen video. During one of my monthly live stream podcasts, we were chatting about what people think are the best clones of various classic pens. Someone suggested creating a video where I discuss my favorite clones of some classic fountain pens such as the Montblanc 149, the Pelikan M800, and the Pilot Vanishing Point. So I made a list of 10 classic fountain pens and will show you my favorite, more affordable tribute fountain pens. And I'll choose one as my top pick of the list. So let's get at it right now. I'm sure that I'm leaving several classic pens and their imitators off the list. So please let me know in the comments below which clone you like for which classic pen that you feel is missing from this list. So as to not tip off which is my personal favorite, I'm going to give no ranking to this list. I'm just going to show the pens in alphabetical order, starting with the Kaweco Sport. I was rather pleased that one of the first pens that Moonman cloned after their name Moonman was taken as a trade name by Kaweco to keep them from selling in the EU was the Kaweco Sport itself. Moonman had not cloned a Kaweco pen before Kaweco took action against them, forcing them to change their name and branding to Majohn instead of Moonman, in case those of you were wondering. And the clone they made of the Kaweco Sport was this Majohn RS1, which is made of lovely titanium. And I anodized it to give it all these lovely colors. And it's a beautiful little pen, and it has a very nice, fine Schmidt nib. And of course, Kaweco patented the octagonal shape. And who knew you could patent an octagon? Watch out, Ticonderoga pencils, you're next. And next up, the Lamy 2000. Now, I don't have a Lamy 2000 to show you here, but I did own one once. And you can see the review I did of my Lamy 2000 in 2021 by clicking on the link up there. And I'm going to provide links to all the pens discussed here that I've reviewed in the description below. As I mentioned in my review of the Lamy 2000, I think it's a marvel of modern fountain pen design and engineering. I just never warmed up to the pen, so I sold it. But I did come across an excellent clone of the Lamy 2000, the Moonman TI500 Titanium. This Moonman didn't last long in the marketplace, but I'm glad I snapped this one up when I could. The fine steel nib that came with the pen was awful, but I successfully swapped it out for a medium steel nib from a Parker IM, and it writes very, very nicely now. You can see it says Parker right there. Lovely, well-balanced pen, reminiscent of the Lamy 2000 stainless steel, but this is much lighter in aluminum. Posts nicely, has a really nice ink capacity. The TI500 has a titanium cap and barrel and section, and is a piston filler with excellent capacity. The pen wasn't inexpensive at around $60 US at the time, but is no longer made and isn't available anywhere that I've looked. Next up is one of my favorite fountain pens of any brand or model, the Leonardo Momento Zero. This was my first Leonardo and is still my favorite after acquiring 12 more. This is the Leonardo Momento Zero Blue Hawaii and has a custom ground steel architect's nib. This is the pen that does that opening scrawl in my videos and is constantly full of J. Urbain Kyanite du Nepal. I think this pen size, shape, and balance is perfect for my hand. And here is one of the best clones of a classic pen ever made, the Majohn Moonman M800. I bought this Moonman M800 4 months before buying the original Momento Zero Blue Hawaii. This is one of the best reasons for purchasing a less expensive clone, in my opinion. For more than $100 less, you can try out the size, shape, and feel of the original without the original price tag. So for around $25, you get the steel Moonman nib. For about $10 more, you can get a Bach nib. But what I did was I swapped out the Moonman nib for an actual Leonardo nib, which is a Jovo. This one is a 1.1 stub and is excellent. There are slight differences between the Leonardo and its clone. The cap bands are different, and the Majohn doesn't have the removable blind cap like the Momento Zero does. But they are functionally identical pens. The Majohns are only available in 4 colors: blue, amber, green, and purple. Of course, Leonardos are available in a wide range of beautiful acrylics, ebonite, and now aluminum too. Now we come to the big daddy, holy grail, overpriced, overhyped, lifestyle branded, don't say anything bad about my pen or you'll hurt my delicate sensibilities, greatest fountain pen in the history of the universe, the Montblanc 149. My precious.
Precious!
Don't let my irreverent, tongue-in-cheek introduction of this pen give you the wrong impression. The Montblanc 149, and this isn't one, is a superbly made and engineered German fountain pen that has incredible gold nibs in a wide range of thicknesses and styles. I just think Montblanc thinks of itself as being more precious than its semi-precious resin pens. The current list price of a Montblanc 149 is $1,070 US with an 18-karat gold medium nib. I think that pen is realistically worth about $600 or $700 of that price point for the caliber of the design, materials, and engineering you're getting for it. The rest is marketing and brand name hype. Montblanc is not a pen company. They are a luxury lifestyle brand like Gucci, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, and Dior. Why else would they have a photo of this uber cool dude on the front page of their website? Oh look, he's got a pen. And I bet he's wearing Montblanc Eau de Parfum Platinum for only $1.50 US an ounce. You wear the pen with the famous bird poop splotch on the top to be recognized as a successful someone or other.
Joe Cool, back in school, hanging round the water fountain, playing the fool.
Now there are genuine Montblanc fountain pen lovers and aficionados out there who love the pens for their value as excellent, world-class writing instruments. They'll be the first ones to tell you that they are significantly overpriced because of the brand name. So I won't go on, but you get my drift. But do you still want a Montblanc 149? Of course you do. Happily, there are several Montblanc 149 wannabes out there from which to choose. The various Chinese brands have been falling over themselves to come out with the best imitation of a Montblanc 149. Between Jinhao, Majohn, and Wingsung, I think the Wingsung 630 here is the best of the bunch. I did a video review comparing my friend Jack's Montblanc 149 with the Wingsung 630 with a 14-karat gold nib head-to-head. It was enlightening, to say the least. In a blind test, I could not tell the difference between the Wingsung and the Montblanc. The 14-karat gold number 8 size fine nib writes smoothly and is wet and bouncy. It's not a gold Montblanc quality nib, but for around $195 you can try out a pen identical in size, weight, and shape with a gold nib for $875 US less than the original. It's worth a try. If you don't like the feel of the pen in your hand, you won't shell out $1,000 for a pen you'll not be comfortable using. Now we come to one of my favorite Chinese clones of my collection. The Parker 51 is arguably the most popular and successful fountain pen in history. When it was released in the beginning of the Second World War, Parker had created something very new and very innovative. The sleek, modern design, the hooded, hidden nib, it all added up to a new, fast, and easy writing instrument for the modern world of the mid-20th century. There's no shortage of Parker 51 clones in the world, but I think this Wingsung 601 is the best of them. This one is the flighter version in steel, and I did some custom work on it by changing out the stock plastic hooded section with a stainless steel hooded section and replaced the nib with a bobby bent nib, which I call a mini fude nib. You see how it's slightly turned up at the tip. Wingsung didn't just copy the size and shape and hooded nib design, they also improved on the vacuumatic filling system, replacing the Parker latex diaphragm with a plastic piston. And you can also get the 601 in a more standard configuration with a plastic section and barrel, double-ended jewels, and a nice ink window. And there are a variety of different designs on these steel caps. If you love the Parker 51, you'll enjoy the affordable Wingsung 601. And there is a variation on the Wingsung 601 called the 601A that has a Sheaffer Triumph style tubular steel nib instead of the Parker 51 hooded nib, and it's all on the Wingsung 601 body with the plastic piston Parker Vacuumatic style pump filler. And there's one of those different styles of steel caps. Very nice pen. So it's really hard to call this a clone of anything, as it's a clone of a hypothetical crossbred Parker 51 and Sheaffer Triumph. And we're not done with classic pens from Parker. Before the Parker 51 became such a worldwide hit, Parker had already made history with one of the most copied fountain pen designs in history, the Parker Duofold. The Duofold was a pen that brought color to the fountain pen world when they developed a non-black ebonite fountain pen, the Big Red. This Duofold shape is still being copied today, and I think the best Duofold shaped clone for the money is the Jinhao Centennial. Not only is it inexpensive, but it comes in a huge number of colors and combinations. The number 6 size steel nib is also very compatible with a variety of nibs to swap with. I swapped the Jinhao number 6 size nib out for an italics cursive italic nib. The balance, great looks, and low price tag make the Jinhao Centennial one of the most affordable, excellent quality pens on the market. Next up is the best fountain pen in my entire collection, my Pelikan M800. This classic design has been around for decades, but rarely copied, or copied well, until the Admok M800 from last year. I feel the same about the Admok M800 as I do the Wingsung 630. It's such an excellent, close clone copy that it will allow you to try out the very expensive Pelikan size and shape and decide if it's for you before shelling out over $800 for the original. At least Pelikan doesn't overhype its pen and charge more than it's worth. The Admok isn't even close in terms of the quality of the nib. The 18 karat gold number 6 size Pelikan nib is, in my opinion, one of the best fountain pen nibs on the planet. But I've passed this Admok M800 around at some pen club meetings, and some people were fooled into thinking it was a Pelikan. This one here was an unfair trade I did with Miss Marilyn Darling, where Marilyn got an M800 I didn't like, and I got this one in Galaxy Blue with an incredible Bach nib. Thanks, Marilyn. The last 3 pens we're going to clone are all Pilots, starting with the Pilot 823 vacuum filler. Now, I don't own a Pilot 823, but I've written with a few, and they are grail-worthy pens that aren't as expensive as some of the German rivals. Like the Pelikan and the Montblanc, the Pilot Gold nib is the key to what makes this pen exceptional and one of the best fountain pens in the world. However, if you can't afford a Pilot 823 at roughly $380 US, you should try this excellent Asvine V126. I named this pen as one of the best of the year when it was released a couple of years ago, and up until the Asvine V126, the best Pilot 823 lookalike was the Wingsung 699. And here is my Wingsung 699 in that gorgeous transparent blue. Boy, if Pilot would only come out with an 823 like this, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. But I do think the Asvine V126 has better balance and a much better nib than the Wingsung. And it's only 25 bucks. The last 2 Pilot pens are both varieties of the Vanishing Point or capless pens. The Pilot Vanishing Point and the Pilot Vanishing Point LS. Here is my wife's Pilot Vanishing Point Decimo. As retractable fountain pens go, I think Pilot's Vanishing Point is the champion over Lamy retractables and Platinum's Curadas. The Pilot Vanishing Point is not even close to being overpriced at around $180 US. For that money, you're getting a superbly designed and engineered 18 karat gold nib fountain pen for hundreds of dollars less than other brands' flagship gold nib fountain pens. The only gold nib fountain pen less expensive than this is the Pilot E95S. Still, Pilot retractable clones like the Majohn A3 and the Jinhao 10 have been very popular, not least for the fact that you can swap out the nib filler unit with a genuine Pilot if you wish. So which of these 2 clones do I think is better? Well, my nod has to go with Jinhao, the Jinhao 10. Not only does it sell for $13 US, it comes in a huge variety of colorways. Unfortunately, they only seem to be available with EF or F nibs on AliExpress. If you wish to pay $24 US, you can get them in many colors with a medium nib on Amazon. And as I mentioned, you can also buy an 18 karat gold Pilot nib unit for $112 US and have your gold nib clone and eat it too for only $125 US rather than the full $180. And there are 3 varieties of Pilot Vanishing Points. The regular vanishing point, the slightly slimmer Decimo like this one, and the gorgeous smooth operating LS. The Pilot Vanishing Point LS is hugely expensive, so this is where getting a clone of the LS makes sense. The best and only clone I know of the LS is the Majohn A3. It comes in all black, black with chrome, and this beautiful Stormtrooper white and black. And I've gone ahead and put a genuine Pilot 18 karat gold black cursive italic nib in this one. So of all these excellent clones of classic fountain pens, which is my favorite? It's almost a tie between the Admok M800 Galaxy and my Majohn M800 Galaxy. But the Majohn M800 ends up being used way more than the Admok M800, probably because I have a Pelikan M800. But this has to be my favorite Chinese clone. It sits in my Leonardo pen stand, blending in with the others, is constantly filled with ink, and gets regular rotation in my journaling. So let me know in the comments below which is your favorite classic pen clone. And if you disagree with any fountain pen clones, let me know why in the comments. And there you have it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to get instant notifications whenever a new video is posted. And you can join as a member of my channel as well for only 99 cents a month, and I guarantee I'll answer your comments in the comment section, and you'll get cool emojis, badges, sneak peek unboxing videos, as well as instant access to my videos the moment I post them. And that just leaves it for me to say, thank you for watching, and that's all she wrote.
I made this.